My name is Taylor. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is another gluing, old school gluing quick weave. I don't even know if this is considered a quick weave, to be honest, but as you can see, I'm starting on some freshly blow dried hair. My ends are disgusting. I see it. You don't have to tell me. And the reason I made this video is because I had so many questions on the last one. I was like, I might as well just do a follow-up. So if you notice my hair is a different color, it's because I dyed it a few months ago. So there's that. A few seconds ago in that clip, I was just checking to make sure I had all the glue out from the previous quick weave I had did. I had did like a cap method, but I wanted to make sure it was all off my scalp because obviously I'm going to be applying the tracks directly to my scalp. So yeah, like I said, I'm starting on freshly blow dried hair. I'm pressing my hair out. I needed a trim so bad, and the reason I did not trim my hair in this video is because I did not have time. I was rushing, and my baby was there, my 5-year-old, and we had a lot going on. We had somewhere to be, so I just really didn't have the time to trim my hair before installing the bundles or bundle. Because in all reality, y'all, I only used one bundle of pack hair in this video. I got this hair from the hair store. You're gonna see it shortly, and I'll jump back on when it's necessary. But for right now, I'm just going to press my hair out, make sure it's all straight how I want it. Then I'm going to go in and start adding the tracks. So right here is when I knew I should have clipped my ends because it's not going to swing and flow as pretty as it would have if I would have just clipped my ends. But it's fine. It's no big deal. So I got it all pressed out. It's not silk pressed out. I only flat ironed it, I think, on 370. And normally I'll do like 410 or at least 390 because the hair I have is yaki. That's what I'm showing you right there. It's like a yaki texture, which is the best texture if you're texture matching for me. So with this hairstyle, the first step is you want to get hair that matches your natural texture at best. Like the best type of texture that matches your natural texture is how it's going to blend. So after you do that, I'm making a part and I'm just going to basically get the tracks after making my part, measure it, cut it, and glue it down. A lot of y'all asked me questions on the last video like how did I know where to put it? It depends on how you're going to wear it. Like, if I wanted to pull this up into a ponytail, I probably wouldn't have laid that track so close to my hairline in the back. But because I know I'm not doing that, it didn't matter. So, I'm just checking to make sure my part is even because I am applying glue to my hair. And then I'm just going to cut the track, like I said, as I measure it, glue it down, and place it. I don't put it too close to my edges because, as you can tell, my edges are thinning. And I don't know what that's about. Maybe my vitamin D deficiency. But either way, I just wanted to make sure it was as close to my hairline as possible without actually being on my hairline. And in that clip, I'm just showing you how much glue I use. Like, if you watched the last video, there were so many questions I wouldn't have even thought to include the answers to. So that's my fault. But again, that's the reason for this video. So, as you can see right there, I showed you how much glue. And this is just me being simply lazy. You're supposed to blow dry it after you place it. Just like for 4 seconds. Put your blow dryer on it. But I didn't feel like plugging mine in. And the flat iron was already hot. So that's that. I'm just basically melting the glue. And I'm just going to continue doing that all the way up until I get to like the middle of my head, like the center. And then you'll see where I kind of switch up the routine, and I'll jump back on and explain why. And I almost forgot to include this, but I'm laying those tracks in the back super close together because I want this to be as full as possible. It was not my intent to only use one bundle of pack hair, but I forgot how much hair comes in one pack, obviously, because I haven't used it in so long. I always buy bundles. But anyways, I'm laying those tracks super close together because I want it to be full. This is 18 inches. My hair is not 18 inches long. So in order for it not to have like that blunt stopping point where you can see where my hair stops, I really had to add like most of the hair. And again, it's yaki texture, and that's just what I'm showing you right there. Like the texture match, and that I'm placing it directly in the center. Like, because a lot of people ask me too, do you place the glue on the hair, like on your hair or on your scalp? And honestly, I've seen it done both ways. I've done it both ways. I believe the correct answer is on your hair. Like, you don't want that on your scalp completely because it's hard to get off. But I've never had any problems either way. And I do place it on my scalp for the most part. Like, I don't place it directly on my hair. To me, it's easier that way. But I mean, I guess it depends on your takedown method. So if you're wondering why it looks like I'm literally laying tracks on top of my hair, I promise I'm not. My hair is just thin when pressed out, and I'm laying the tracks super close together. So that's all. And I'm getting to the middle here where I'll eventually switch the way I'm laying the tracks, and I'll come back on and show you why. So this is that part I was talking about where I said I was gonna switch it up. If you noticed, I parted out like a arch part in the middle of my head, and I did that because I wasn't sure if I was gonna wear this into a half up, half down. Like if I wanted to do that at some point, I wanted the flexibility to be able to do so with enough hair left out. So I'm parting off the sides of my hair now because for the front, you don't want to lay these long pieces of track, right? Because when you do that, it takes away the flexibility of you being able to put it up in a ponytail, put it up in a half up, half down, pull it back off your face. Like the way I'm going to lay this track, and again, I'm just going to show you here how much glue to put and where it goes. It goes on the actual weft of the hair, and you're going to place that down, glue side down. But I'm going to show you how I leave enough space in the front off the edge line of my hair, like my hairline, so that way when I do decide to put it in a ponytail or whatever the case may be, I can brush my edges back or, do my baby hair and it still looks super natural. So what you do to one side, you must do to the other. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And again, remember, I left out a section of hair in the middle of my head in case I wanted to put it up into a half up, half down. Y'all, that's Jeremiah. Hey, Jeremiah. Because I was taking too long at this point. Like, we had to go. He was ready to go. So you're going to see him in the next few clips because he's rushing me. Does anybody else's kids do that? Like, when they ready, it's time to go? But anyways, I just wanted to show y'all that. And then I'm just going to continue to lay my tracks that way. And you're going to see me kind of play around with it to decide, like, which side of my head I want my part on. And once I got past those first two pieces on the sides, I did go ahead and go back and add another track to the middle because I realized that I left out a lot of hair and I didn't need that much. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm just sealing it up, bringing that track around so that it almost comes to where that other track starts, but there's still a gap there if you can tell. So if I want to part my hair again into a half up, half down, I have the flexibility to do so. You do not have to do it that way. I wanted to do it that way. And in truth, I honestly, because I still have this hair in my head right now, I have not parted it that way yet, but I could if I wanted to, and I love that. So I'm just going in. I'm going to continue to lay my tracks like that, like with the shorter pieces. And this is one of those hairstyles, like if you've never worn one, where it gets better with age. Like every day you wear this, the hair is gonna blend more and more together. Especially because, like I said, yaki hair is my favorite type of texture. Yaki, kinky straight, whatever y'all new age girls calling it. I say new age like I'm not young, but I've been doing this for years. I've been doing glue ins since like I was in junior high, so I ain't new to this. And it's like just to see it come full circle is so funny to me because we're basically just renaming stuff that already had a name. So yaki, kinky straight, whatever you calling it, um, that's my favorite texture, and it's because it blends so well. Like you're gonna see at the end how well it just blends, and the color was obviously spot on because my hair is like literally three different colors, so I knew I couldn't just go with solid brown or solid black like I have been doing. And there I'm just taking out my edges. Like I said, they're thinning real bad. And honestly, that's not from glue. That's from the tension that I put on my hair the last time I did a half up, half down. I molded the heck out of my edges and it just, I overdid it. Kitchen stylish, y'all. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue to do that. And like I said, I'll hop back on if necessary or if I need to explain something. I almost forgot to mention, y'all are not crazy. Notice I am laying them tracks on an angle. I am not laying those tracks straight in the front. Somebody asked me that on the last video. I forgot to mention it. I am curving the front of that track towards the front of my face to curve it because I'm not laying the tracks directly on my edges. I left that clip in on purpose. Yes, that track really did slip. Yes, it happens. It's glue. It's slippery. That's why you blow dry it to make it stay. Or in my case, put some hot heat on it. It's flat iron. Whatever. Mold that track, make it stay. That's why you blow dry, spritz. Some people use got to be glue spray in between tracks. But I didn't do that obviously because I'm leaving my natural hair out and I didn't want my edges or my like roots to be stiff. I wanted the hair to swing. So it's just funny, but I left it in. And yes, like I said, back to my point, I am curving those tracks towards the front of my face. I'm going to show you again probably one or two more times. But I'm doing that so that it looks full and that the tracks come forward because I'm not laying the tracks close to my edges and I don't want it to look thin in the front. So just notice again, I'm going to curve that track towards the front of my face and bring it around on a curve because I want it to fall into my face, obviously. And so I've now moved on and decided where my part's going to be. So that's what I'm doing right now, just parting out my leave out, making sure I left enough hair out to cover the tracks. If not, it's fine. That's what the black spray or brown spray is for. We just spray it and keep on going. I'm making sure I don't put any glue on my edges because, again, I'm trying to grow them back. They have broken off so bad. It's driving me crazy. So that's what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to continue to cut those pieces, measure them, lay those tracks. Again, on an angle. The camera is not crooked. Well, it is crooked. But you're not looking at it crooked. I am laying it on an angle. up. I have laid on my tracks. I didn't even use the whole pack. When I say I am like shook that I only use one pack, I've never done that before. It's usually two at minimum. Must have just been a lot of hair in that one. I don't know. Maybe I was buying half packs, but either way, that hair was $25 and it did the job. So I'm going to go ahead and blend my hair because I know y'all can see the front is not blended. We're going to work on that with some edge control. Laying my baby hair, I decided to go in and curl it, so you'll see that shortly, where I basically just style it, show you the flexibility of the hairstyle. It came out better than I thought it would, honestly, because I was unsure about the color, but like I said before, it turned out to be spot on. The camera's not doing it any justice. Like, my hair is literally 3 different colors. So until I decide to dye it back black, because I've actually been enjoying the, like, multitude of browns, this is just what it's going to be. So I've decided that I'm going to embrace it. And while doing that, I was happy to find some hair for cheap. Like I said, this hair was $24.99 at the local beauty supply. And I can actually, put some heat on it. That's really why I decided to curl it. I wanted to see if the hair could hold heat. And it does hold a curl very well. I've now had this hair in for about 4 or 5 days. And I've had no problems. Like, my tracks aren't slipping. Nothing bad is happening. I'm good. So, yeah, I'm just going to show you guys the versatility of it, like I said. If you have any more questions, feel free to put them in the description box down below. I don't know if I recorded an outro or not, but if I didn't, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you for clicking on the video. Consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. I'm getting back active. I've decided I want to get in the YouTube bag, and I'm excited. I'm actually really looking forward to it. Like I said, I do my own hair for like 90% of the time, so why not just turn the camera on? Like, it's really not that big of a deal. You can leave your negative comments, your positive comments. I honestly don't care. I'm here for it all. And I really enjoy filming this. So I'll probably film some more, very soon in the near future. Because I'll be taking this out in a few days, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it turned out super great. I did cut it. Like, I trimmed out some face framing bangs in the front on both sides. I cut the ends to make it very full. So it ended up being, like I said, about 16 inches. And no, it was 18. It was 18 inches for sure. But it blended so well, y'all. Look at it. Like, it's so full. It's so pretty. It looks super natural. Like, you just can't tell me this ain't my hair. Because this is my hair. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, like I said, don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, y'all.